Selected Short Stories by Arthur M. Jensen. The second book, Following English by the Nature Method. Preface. The purpose behind the present collection of short stories is a double one. Firstly, it has been my intention to give to those who have gone through the main part of English by the Nature Method a chance to continue their studies in an easy and natural way by simply reading stories written in a language that they already command. Thus, at the beginning of this book, the stories make use only of the 2,300 words contained in English by the Nature Method. By degrees, new words are introduced, and these are explained by the help of the same 2,300 words, plus such new words as may have been taken into use in the stories already given. In this way, the pupil's knowledge of words is increased little by little, until at the end of the book it includes 3,700 words in all, carefully chosen among the most frequently used in the English language. In the second place, I have had in mind to try to be of help to those who may in other ways have reached a certain amount of knowledge in English, but who feel that they cannot directly gain an entrance into the world of English writers without spending too much time and labor. The specially prepared short stories of this book make up a convenient bridge leading the reader by easy steps from the usual school knowledge of English to an understanding of the language normally used by English writers. Thus, the story printed at the end of the book is given entirely in the writer's, W. W. Jacobs' own language. As to the rest of the stories, the way in which they were written have been more or less changed, easier words and expressions having been used instead of more difficult ones, or, in some cases, the hard ones having simply been left out. It is planned that 7 book-length stories by well-known authors shall follow the present book, all of them prepared and explained in much the same way as here, until at last the reader commands at least 12,000 different words, and reads and understands English as readily as he does his native tongue. Together with each of these books will appear, under separate cover, a short account of some interesting side of the English language itself, or of the different ways of using it. I wish to express my thanks to the writers whose stories appear in the following pages for permission to print their stories in this form. Thanks are also offered to Messrs. Richard Steele & Son for agreeing to the use of The Man of Mystery and Eliza by Barry Payne, to Messrs. J. W. Arrowsmith, London, Limited, for 3 Men in a Boat by Jerome K. Jerome, to Messrs. Hughes Massey & Co. Limited, for The White Line by John Ferguson, and Philomel Cottage by Agatha Christie, to Mr. Adrian M. Conan Doyle and Messrs. John Murray, for The Red-Headed League from the Adventures of Sherlock Holmes by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, and to the Society of Authors for Family Cares from Deep Waters by W. W. Jacobs. In addition, I owe a debt of thanks to professors and teachers of English at the universities of Copenhagen, Helsingfors, Oslo, and Stockholm for many helpful suggestions in connection with preparing the material for this book. I also take pleasure in thanking Major R. L. Taylor for his never-tiring help of getting together the accounts and stories here made use of, and fitting them for the purpose held in mind. By way of finishing, I may, perhaps, be allowed to point to the fact that this preface is written entirely within the limits of the 2,300 words taught and explained in English by the Nature Method. Arthur M. Jensen, Stockholm, January 1949.